Mckinney, and today's recipe is some chicken fajitas. Now, we love Mexican food at my house. I love to cook Mexican food, we love to go out and eat Mexican food, and whenever we go out, we usually share the chicken fajitas. My husband and I, we always get the fajitas. It's just a great meal, and it's actually pretty healthy, healthier than a lot of the Mexican dishes out there. So I thought, why not recreate some at home, and that way, if I don't want to go out, I can still have the same good stuff right here at home. So the first thing we're going to do is get our chicken ready. I've got 3/4 pound of chicken breast here. And what I'm going to do is just get some seasonings on these. I have got a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, I have 1/2 teaspoon of cumin powder, 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of Ancho Chili Powder, okay? So this is really going to season the meat really nicely. So what I'm going to do is just kind of mix it up a little bit with my fingers and then get it on here. You want to make sure that you're liberally seasoning your fajitas, meat and the veggies. That's one of the things that a lot of people I think don't do, and they wonder why doesn't, it taste like it does the restaurant when I make it at home? Well, they really put a lot of seasoning in those fajitas and those dishes at the Mexican restaurants. So you can see that looks like quite a bit of seasoning. So now I'll just turn them over. I'm actually going to cook these in the skillet by themselves, and then I'm going to slice them afterwards. It's just easier that way, and they're just easier to cut whenever they've been cooked instead of trying to cut them when they're raw. But if you want to cut them when they're raw, you can do that too. And now if you want to get your hands a little bit dirty just to make sure that the seasonings don't fall off, you can just kind of rub those in. So now that we have our meat seasoned, I'm going to wash my hands and I'll get started on the veggies. So for our veggies, we have got some bell peppers, we've got onion, I've got a jalapeno here, and some garlic cloves. So we got to get them cut up, but the good news is you only have to slice them. You don't have to get them all cubed. So the easiest way I find to cut a pepper is I just like to go around the sides and just cut right around that middle membrane. And I know it's sort of a tad wasteful, but I don't worry about this part. I just get rid of that, okay? Get those out, and then just cut some of those little white membranes right out. And then I always cut with the skin side down. So this is the skin side, and I'm just going to cut long strips, just like that. Easy as that. I'm going to keep going on these peppers, and then I'll get to the rest of the veggies. In this recipe, I'm using a jalapeno. I'm using 1/2 jalapeno, and all I did was just cut the stem off and cut it in half. Then I'm going to cut this in half again, just like that. I'll take this part and just sort of run my knife right through the membrane and the seeds. Watch my fingers there. And get that part out. And then you're left with just the actual flesh, because those membranes and seeds of the jalapeno are really spicy. That's the really spicy part of a jalapeno. Veggies are ready, so let's head on over to the skillet. Okay, I've got 2 skillets here. One is for the chicken and the other's for the veggies. I've got a 1/2 tablespoon of oil in this skillet. I'm going to go ahead and get the chicken in. I'm cooking it over medium-high heat. And depending how thick your chicken breasts are will kind of depend on your cook time, but these are going to be about 4 minutes per side. Alright, so I just flipped the chicken, and you can see that the spices have gotten all brown and delicious. Those are going to cook for another 4 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to get started on my vegetables. I'm going to put about a tablespoon of oil right in my large skillet here, and then I'm going to get my veggies in. All those veggies that I cut up are going to go right in. And I've got this skillet a little higher, really more like a high heat, because I want these to get a little bit charred like they did at the Mexican restaurant. They already smell so good. Okay, what I'm going to do is actually get almost exact same spices I put on the chicken in here. I'm going to do the 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of Ancho Chili Powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt right into the veggies. I didn't do the garlic powder because we already have fresh garlic in here. Gonna stir these around, make sure all those spices are all over the peppers and onions. Yum. My other ingredient that I'm adding in here, sort of my special ingredient, is some Worcestershire sauce. It's not usually something you hear added into Mexican food, but it just gives it that little kick that it needs. And Worcestershire sauce makes everything better, right? Okay, I sliced up the chicken and the veggies are just about ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the chicken right back in here. Get it kind of stirred around and heated back through. And that, oh my gosh, that looks so good. I just got excited. Okay, so I'm gonna do a squeeze of a lime, half a lime. And that's just gonna freshen it up. All the chili powder and all that good stuff. It needs a little fresh citrus, so there we go. And that is the last step. At this point, take it off the heat and make some fajitas. I'm telling you what, this is amazing. This is one of my favorite meals, seriously. I love fajitas and I love this kind of food. So I just heated up some tortillas. I use whole wheat flour tortillas and heat them up for about 20 seconds in the microwave wrapped in some paper towel. They'll be nice and soft and easy to use. And I'm gonna make myself up one here. I always have the problem of making mine like way too fat, and then they're never actually little, they don't fold up really cute like my husband's do. But oh well, that's okay. I like a lot of the good stuff. All right, get a little sour cream in here. I'm gonna get a little cheese going on. And that is seriously delicious. I know it's gonna be good. This is such a fun thing to do. Have a little Mexican night at your house and invite some friends over. It's actually healthy. If you can believe that, Mexican food you can have and it's healthy and you don't have to feel bad about it. You can enjoy it. This is what I'm talking about. I love this kind of stuff. You guys have Mexican night this weekend. Have fun.